Is the Caribbean in a climate change calamity? Is the question being asked as after the region deemed high risk continues to be bombarded with high interest rates from the Climate Fund? And what about preventative measures, financing and mitigation and adaptation? Jamaica Maitland has been searching for answers.
Now, while countries continue to decide how much money they plan to give back to vulnerable nations like those in the Caribbean faced with the devastating impact of climate change-related disasters, another discussion is currently underway so these same Caribbean countries can access finance to mitigate and adapt to climate change. Now, take Jamaica, for example. While the government may want to do extensive climate change-related programs, it simply doesn't have the money, and so it wants to access some of these funds. On Friday, the United Arab Emirates announced $30 million for climate financing.
I am very pleased to announce that the United Arab Emirates is committing $200 million in SDRs to the IMF Trust to support climate resilience for low-income countries.
The announcement was well received. However, the issue with climate financing is that the funds are oftentimes loans with very high interest rates. For the IMF and the World Bank, it described the Caribbean region as very high risk because of the frequency of the natural disasters and the destruction that follows. Is the Caribbean then a climate change calamity?
My fear is in the Caribbean, it's already being seen as an uninsurable risk. We see the retreat of insurance companies in Florida. We see the absolute retreat of them in California with wildfires. So that is why we went for debt clauses, because it gives us access to money to deal with people who are uninsured and underinsured immediately after disaster.
Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, has been advocating for a disaster debt clause, which simply means a suspension of the loan payment whenever a natural disaster occurs.
Immediately upon a disaster, we will be allowed to save over 2 years 20% of GDP. That makes sense because I don't need to be paying debt when I should be providing shelter or providing food immediately after disaster.
Will her position be widely accepted? If not, this is where negotiation takes place. Now, a Jamaican delegation is in Dubai, and we plan to speak with the lead negotiator. He is the Senior Technical Advisor in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Omar Alcock. We plan to hear about some of the position he plans to put forward. Reporting from COP28 in Dubai, I'm Jamaica Maitland for TVJ News.